Hey guys, big excitement on the horizon. Manor Lords has just announced that there will be some major updates come the end of July, and we're going to go over a few of them here on the channel. And don't forget, we're always here with all the major updates on Manor Lords, and we cover all gameplay and guides to the game. So here we go. Hey, let me yap a little bit about what's coming to Manor Lords soon. Since we published our tech refactors to main, we are now ready to start pushing new features to the beta. There is going to be a construction yard. This is what it will be, what it will look like. And if you look over here, you can see the new cart that was actually promised for the ox, where they were. And I think at the time we are now meant to be using an invisible cart. It doesn't show, but I haven't seen proof of moving multiple logs like this. So this would speed up things like building castles and stuff like that too, where it can take, I don't know, nearly a year to get all the parts over to the castle, right? So there is actually going to be a construction yard. We divided structures into basic and advanced. Advanced structures will require skilled builders. So seems like there's not going to be just spare families anymore. There will actually be skilled builders employed at the construction yard. These builders have faster construction speed on basic structures too. Okay, how they get to be skilled, we're yet to find out. Whether that's a trait with the cards or how that works, we're not sure. The yard has multiple hand carts for faster transportation of construction resources. It can also utilize oxen and ox carts to bring multiple timber logs in a single trip. Additionally, the guides will now have to actually load the ox cart. Okay, cool. This one here looks pretty cool. This is the new third tier to the church. So now there's actually the new church upgrade, makes the end game cityscape look even more realistic. I am actually not... Is this part of the castle? What is this? I'm not sure what that building is there. I don't recognize it. If you do, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure what that is. We wanted to make the construction sites more lively, as the process for advanced structures now takes much longer. Okay. So if you want to build that extra level 3 church, it could take way longer. That's what they're meaning. Does that apply to the manor? Does it apply to your castle? Everything, yeah. Well, you'll see, for instance, workers bringing water from the nearby wells and mixing mortar. Oh, okay. I see. They've actually added some steps now. And look at this. This is cool. This is actually a crane. And this was actually sourced from files, I guess, online to see what cranes would have looked like back then in that time period. I think we're in the 1400 years. Round about there, for about the 15th century, 14th century, probably around Germanic, which is Germany, around in Europe anyway. We want to make the construction site more lively. Different stages of construction have extra flavor, scaffolds, cranes, and we've based all the designs on actual historical examples, which you can see they've done well. The other thing we're bringing in there is cow herding. There's going to be cows. You can have herds of cows. Players will now be able to import and breed cows. Cows live on the pastures, and livestock farm workers, formerly sheep farm, collect milk. Cows can also be butchered to get beef. Now these pastures too, you need planks, it's saying. They're no longer instant pop-ups. They're going to be, to balance it out, we made pastures cost planks, and they will no longer just pop into existence. Their construction cost scales dynamically with their size, so the bigger they are, the more planks they need, apparently. We also added winter shelters on the pastures, which is more realistic, right? So if we look back, ancient art that they've looked at shows the style of what these pasture shelters used to look like in the day. And more realism, there is actually birds. I think these are meant to be either, they're meant to be crows or pigeons. I'm not quite sure which, but I think they actually look more like pigeons than crows. They're grey, right? Okay, so there's also going to be a new Artisan Cheesemonger, apparently. So where you normally would have, I think probably on the level 3, I would imagine, right? Where you've got an artisan house that's a level 3 or 4, and they can actually be a bakery. It's also with a bakery, they can also be a cheesemonger. Whether there's different cheeses, we will see. Straightforward. And cow herding by providing a more refined end product and give us a cool base for a future perk. Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea for another perk that's coming up soon. Since, as we know, regions are often famous for their cheeses. That's right. Right, we're also going to get a new crop, and that's oats. This is what that's going to look like. So when you do your soil test and you're testing soil, maybe it's going to be a harder crop to grow or an easier one. Like rye is probably the easiest right now that we know for making bread, right? So oats is a new easy to grow. Ooh, easy to grow. Okay, so it's going to be like rye, right? Oat sheaves are threshed into oats, which can be consumed by families or made into animal feed. You now must feed your pasture animals. So that doesn't include like an ox. An ox is not a pasture animal, so they don't need feeding. But things like sheep and the cows, they will need feeding, right? Or the risk of them starving in winter. Livestock farm workers produce animal feed from oats. Animals are hungry. There we go. Grow oats and make animal feed at the livestock farm, which is new. I'm not sure. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So this is going to be a third option there. There's a sheep farm. A livestock farm would either be sheep or cows. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. And then a seasonal assignment. You can now set the assignment per season in every workplace. So you can even do this on a mine, or the farm would be a good one. The farm, how many times have I missed a crop or a harvest? Right, you can never miss a harvest again, which should make micromanagement much less busy. Additionally, cows and sheep now breed and produce more seasonally to add a bit of realism. So if this was your farm and you could set this, what does this mean here? These are the seasons, I guess. So, so that's winter, that's fall, yeah, spring, summer. There we go. In a weird order. Okay, so winter, spring, summer, autumn. Okay. Storage filters for trading posts. Oh, nice. You can now limit trading posts to handle specific types of goods. Yeah, like myself, I can have multiple trading posts. Another exciting feature, guys, we're getting a new map. Wow. 2 rivers meet in the middle of this wide open valley. It's going to be called Wide Valley, is the new map. Can you imagine a village and a castle on here? I think I can see a road or a bridge there. I mean, you can even make extra ones coming here. That's pretty cool. I like that, the look of that new map. So end of July, we'll be playing the new map. We'll be trying out these new systems here, and we'll give it a go. And yeah, this is the new update, guys. This is Echo. See you in the next one. Thanks a lot.